What's going on, everyone? Jake Morgan, Shady Creek Marina, El Dorado, Kansas, the Kansas Ranger boats dealer for going on 30 years now. Today, I have a 2026 Ranger 223 fish cruise to show off, and I'm going to highlight the model year changes on this boat over the previous model years. The first thing you'll notice is the powder-coated rails on the fencing. Now, these are powder-coated. And they are powder coated the same as the logs, and there's just a little bit of metal flake and sparkle in it. It's very, very subdued. It's not an obvious thing. You're not going to be driving around a glittery boat. It's just enough to give it a little bit of flair. Personally, I think it's a great decision. They updated the graphics last year. We're running the same graphics and the same railing configuration on the exterior, other than the fact that we're having the black powder coated rails, and that is standard across the board. We do have new colors for the fence coloring this year. There is a charcoal color, a white, a blue metallic, a matte black, and a matte red. So this is our blue here. Interior colors has also been updated. I'll hop inside and show that off in a second. Finishing up on the outside, this integrated docking light and navigation light cluster here, it shows online on the website. As of right now, it's February 2nd. I'm shooting, or I don't know what it is, February 3rd, 4th, when I'm shooting this video. It shows chrome online. Ours are black. And that kind of wraps up the changes on the exterior. The trailer had a 4% price increase, and the boat itself had a 7% price increase with the price with the 150 Merc over last year. There are some cheaper options now available. The changing room on this is $185 less than the 2025 model, and the ski pylon is $50 less than the previous year's model. All right, some new changes on this, getting in the boat. The previous gate retention hardware for the aft loading gate and this port side loading gate, they had those magnetic balls that were chrome down there. You'd open the gate and it would magnet to it. They've gone away with those. Those were toe stubbers. They were often not aligned as good as they should have been. They've gone away with those. So this latch is still the same. It's the hinges they've changed. They've gone with tension hinges on these gates, and they've gone away with the magnet retention. I think it's a right move. It's probably more cost effective. Definitely less things to trip up on. So those hinges, those tensioned hinges, are on the front, the side, and the aft loading gate, and they've gone away with those magnet retainers completely. What else has changed? Well, obviously the upholstery. So I'm in the cognac upholstery here. Hey, Mark! How you doing, buddy? Doing good! Underneath here, they've changed the roto molding on all of the seat bases to be black. I think this is a nice choice. It's gonna hide scuff marks better down the line, and it's gonna look better, you know, just down the road. Longevity as you wear in the boat, I think it's gonna look good down the line. The console is black. I think that's pretty awesome. There's a new flooring pattern that I'm walking around in. And then they have updated the soft track offerings, both at the footrest for the helm seat. And so this is a dealer installed option. If you order one of these and you don't want this to be soft track, just ask them to not put it on, because it already has some texture to it and some, you know, some routing there. But it does come with this. So updated non-skid offering for on top of that ski locker storage. No, the layout is exactly the same as the previous Fish Cruise offering. The length, the width, the fuel capacities, the live well capacities, all of that is the same. Underneath here, this is laid out the same. You still have your fuse panel back there and that little separator wall from the rest of your wiring. That's more of the same. This quick storage for the driver is more of the same. They're continuing to do this panel for your gauges. All of your speeds and RPMs and pressures and voltages are running through that panel. And then you do have your switching on this cluster right here on that port side. Now last year they went away with the power bimini. They've continued with that, which I like. I prefer these biminis over these power biminis. What else do we have? Oh, this is a great one. I wish they would have done this sooner. The battery switch location used to be underneath here. You would have to remove that seat, you'd have to get on a knee, reach to the back of that box, turn the battery switch on. They wised up and they moved it up here. Takes away a little bit of storage, yes, but it's a pontoon boat. There's storage everywhere. So I am willing to sacrifice that for the ease of operation any day of the week. This whole fishing console pedestal here in the back, fish cleaning station and live well, this is all very, very familiar to the previous year's models. Really the last change, I believe, that I have not discussed, more of those hinges, the last change I have not discussed is the ladder. They have gone to a wide step ladder on that rear boarding area, and it is rather nice. So move our bungee retainer, move that out of the way, unclip the ladder, and it'll fold down. You'll see how wide these things are. I'll give you a little bit of scale. Put my hand up there. So they're about twice as wide as the previous ladder. They also have redone the ladder leash system. This is a more intuitive way to connect to the bottom of that ladder for retrieval. Alright, battery switch, the magnets are gone, new wide step. Yeah, a little bit of a pricing change. Oh, and one thing I can't really show on here, but the factory fish package option is no longer an option. I'm not sure if they just didn't have people taking you up on it or not, but that didn't appear to be an option online in the 2026 models. Okay, I'm going to give a couple slow pans on the new color, this cognac interior, and I'll wrap this video up in about 30 seconds or so. I'll let you enjoy the sounds of all the geese over here. We have some of the only open water on the whole lake right now in the Marina Cove. So I got a bunch of speckle bellies and Canadian geese and snow geese fighting for some open water over there. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. That's all I got.